friends. Hope you are all well and fine under this pandemic situation. This is a small attempt to let you know or to give you some ideas about the programming languages and the need of such type of languages. Before we going to start, I need to know one thing, or rather one question: why we have purchased a computer system? The answer is very simple. I have purchased a computer system to do some activities. It may be to draw a sketch. It may be to listen a song. It may be to watch a movie or to do some social networking, to do some official works, etc. If we want to do all such activities, we need some softwares. Without software, a computer is nothing but a big zero. So, what is software? Software is a collection of several programs. It may be homogeneous programs, it may be heterogeneous programs. So, our discussion is actually today about the programming languages. What is a programming language? The definition is something like that. The programming language is a set of rules that provides a way of telling a computer what is needed to do. We consider an example. I have a computer and I was asked to do or to develop a sales report. So what is needed? What is needed? A accounting software. So how the software was built? The software was built by some programming language. The term language is quite known to you. What is language? The language is a medium of communication. In our real world, we have used several languages like in Bengali, English, French, etc., etc., etc. All those languages are used as a communicating media to others. A programming language is a set of rules for representing an algorithm. In the field of computer science, you often come across with the term algorithm. Algorithm is nothing but a collection of steps to solve a particular class of problem. So algorithm is basically an abstraction. The computer cannot understand the algorithm. The algorithm is understandable to us, to the human beings. And if we want to do the same task by the computer, we need to use a software. And the software is basically a white box view of an algorithm. In large sense, we can say that programming language is a method to enter into the big world of information technology. In the field of information technology, we often come across several languages, several softwares, several programs. How those are built? The programs are actually built by the languages. What is programming? The programming is a science because it implements the algorithms described by mathematics and science. In the early stage of computation, we see several scientists from the field of mathematics, from the field of physics. They have come to discover a new science, or rather new technology known as computer technology. So all those things are in the form of science in our real world. It should be mapped to the computer system such that computer can do that particular task instead of human beings. Programming is a skill because it requires design efforts. Obviously, whatever you do is nothing but your skill. Third one, programming is an engineering because it requires a trade-offs between size, speed, and time. In the early stage of a student, you are given a problem, or rather, you are given a code. So, when you are a learner, you develop that particular program, and after 10 years, you develop that particular program. The difference in the both two programs under these three parameters: the size, speed, and time. Last one, programming is an art. Every work is an art, I tell you. It requires creativity and employee imagination, because whenever you are given a task, you just do is tactful. It is not like that. In the field of computer science, you are taught some special sectors, and all the students have the same ability. It cannot be. It is art. Every work is an art. Now, there is a big question: why are there so many programming languages? Programming languages have evolved over time as better ways have been developed to design them. Suppose you are a student. At the early stage, you were put it in a Bengali medium school, and the language is Bengali. So, after going to several years and years, you come across several languages. So, anyone cannot say that, okay, I know Bengali, I don't need to know English, or I don't need to know German, or I don't need to know French. It cannot be. First programming languages were developed in 1950s. Since then, thousands of languages have been developed. Different programming languages are designed for different types of programs. This can be memorized by a good example. Suppose you went a market and brought some chicken to eat. The chicken was handed over to your mother. Your mother, prepared the chicken for you. Okay. So every day, whenever you brought the chicken, the recipe is not same, or the output is not same. It may be chicken curry, it may be chili chicken. So as the processing were different, so you need to apply different algorithms, different programming languages as intended. In this slide, there are two pictures. In the left hand side, I put a picture which shows the levels of programming languages. At the bottom, there are some machine codes of binary numbers. What is happening in the early stage of computation? We don't have in our hand like C, C++, Java. It is not a one day or 2 day approach. In the first, programming was built in binary languages. Then, in some higher level, we have our assembly level languages. In the next level, we have high level program, which is something equivalent to the English language. The emphasis is given to the programmer, because if you are asked to write a code in a machine readable form, or rather in binary code, it is very tough job for a programmer to write the code in 1.0 format. So better to use something English like language, or to use some keywords or some mnemonics. The generations of programming languages. As I have already told, in the first generation, there are machine level language containing only zeros and ones. In those days, the programmers were spent a lot of times to code a simple program. In the later stage, we have second generation programming languages known as 2GL, which is nothing but your assembly level language code, which contains several mnemonics. Mnemonics is what? Mnemonics is nothing but a English word which substitutes some binary codes. In next higher level, we have some procedural oriented or some object oriented languages. In the latter stage, very high level languages in the fourth generation language. But one thing must keep in mind that more higher level means more abstraction. Abstraction is what? Abstraction is something to keep yourself out from the inner background details. The early stage, when the programmers use binary languages, they need to know everything about the computer system, about the computer hardwares, everything. Whether it is Intel or whether it is Pentium or whether it is AMD Athlon, whatever, they need to code the code for that particular system. And that code for Intel cannot be run onto Athlon AMD processors because they are totally dependent on the machine. But in next higher levels or in fourth or fifth generation languages, we have platform independent language. That means a programmer codes something and that code must be run in all computers. This is a small picture showing the evaluation of programming languages. I don't think this particular diagram you need to keep in mind. This is for only interest and to generate some knowledge. Now the big question, which determines a good language to use? In the early stage, we have given emphasis on the runtime performance because, as we have thought in those days, computers were more expensive than programmers. But now the situation is changing. Nowadays, human cost is more important because the system or the technology is growing rapidly. So we are always try to engage the computer system and release the human effort. I think that is more for today. Hope you have all enjoyed. Thank you.